can affect the world or something. And I give it a topic called "A Picture Can End the World" and what it takes. So I will going to tell you how a picture affect America's victory in World War II. And in the future, further, I will say something about recently what a photographer will devote himself to get a memorable photo. Today, the first I'm going to show you a picture is called "Rising the Flag on Iwo Jima." I would like to ask everybody, what can you feel about this photograph? What can you feel, not what you see?
I feel it's happy.
Happy for what?
Because they win the fight.
Oh, thank you. But actually, they didn't when the photo was taken. And it's a photo taken by the name is right here. And he received a police prize for this photo. And I would like to say something about the background of the battle in Iwo Jima. Iwo Jima is right here. It's a small island just below the Japanese. You know, the World War II separated the very battlefield, and the main battlefield is the Africa battlefield. When the U.S. Marine attacked Iwo Jima, it's at the end of the war, and the Japanese is trying to defend this place, but it didn't work at last. But somehow it affected a lot of damage on this battle. So. The photographer is called Jasper John Rostan Ho. One day he just take a visit on the hill of Iwo Jima, and he saw the U.S. Marine is raising the flag, and he took this photograph, and it changed his life and Americans. Because this flag photo is used by the U.S. government, and they use it to. Oh, sorry for that. It's called war bond. You know what bond is? Bond. Huh? Oh. War bond. Yeah. So the U.S. government making use of a very good comment. So it finally raised about $26.3 billion. And you can see on the photo, there's about 6 soldiers raising the flag, and two of them just dead after the rising, and 4 of them become heroes and sent back to America to do the commercial. A couple of years ago, there's a movie called Flags of Pride. It's directed by Clint Eastwood. It tells a story about the rising, the flag, and the impact on the photo. And I got the trailer I would like to share with you. Just wait a minute.
This picture, people went crazy over it. Country was tired of war. One photo, almost all on its own, turned that around.
Think there's why you shoot? Maybe they're all dead. What do you think, Doc? You think they're all dead? Severance.
asked me who else was in that picture.
You tell them it was me?
No.
Pick someone dead.
They don't want somebody dead. They want to ship us back to the States.
Everybody wants to meet you guys. There's some simple things we want you to say. Mostly, buy bonds.
You know, I think this whole damn thing is a farce.
If we don't raise $14 billion, this war's over by the end of the month.
As far as us being the heroes of Iwo Jima, that's just not the case. The real heroes are dead on that island.
Knowing he was with you that day and seeing him in that photograph, I don't know why it makes me feel better, but it does. It's so silly.
No, it's not. I can't take them calling me a hero. Some of the things I saw done, anyone thinks to be proud of.
Actually, the soldier who wrote those pictures were not very happy about what happened after they came to America, because they feel they were being used, and what they really valued is that on the Iwo Jima. So it's not this film is not a story about the victory. It's a story about sadness. So if you guys if it is interesting, I remember our library have this one. So we push to the recent year. I would like to introduce a photographer in man, Alessandra Bola. She's dead now, and she's a well-known photographer for graphic art and where things shot. She's very amazing, because at first what he do is related to artist and designer, but somehow at the first he devoted herself to National Geography and was going to Iraq and try to memorize all she can do when the Iraq war is happening. She stayed in Iraq, and even the Americans attacking the Baghdad, she didn't leave. And it's a photo taken by her, and it's those men are Iraq armies, and actually they like to be taken photo, but somehow it's before the war starts, so you can see they are very nervous. And it's you can see someone dry the clothes on the roof when the attack is coming. He just said when the war is coming, and you still have to leave, you have to do your returns, and you can see the people in Baghdad feel coldness about this battle. And it's a picture when she went to Afghanistan. You can see a dead boy was being prepared to buried, and the boy is died from a cold in a refugee camp near the heart. And the photographer eventually died in the illness when she was on the trip work. And there's another, but he's a journalist. He's not a photographer. His name is Edward Gilbert. And just like the Alexandra, he devoted himself in the Mary wasn't just like Africa, Asia, and she's very specialized in Afghanistan, because since the Soviet invasion, and Huang Yanhao will introduce some of them in the future. He's been here, and he still had a contract with local army and so I would like to at first I would like to tell you about the occupation of Afghanistan. And the first, the Soviet Union invasion of Afghanistan, but at in the 1992, the Soviet was break down, and Afghanistan is in the Civil War. A couple of years ago, when in 1996, the Taliban, it's an Arab government, took over this place, and the Afghanistan's life has become harder and harder. And since the attack by 911, the American armies attacked Afghanistan for breaking down the Taliban, and now it's still under the U.S. Army's control. It's a hero of Afghanistan. I would like first to introduce yourself because it's related to the future's story. His name is Ahmad Shahan Massoud. It's called Lion of the Punjabi. It's his nickname. And what he do is when the invasion of Soviets is beginning, and he lead the local army to resist the Soviet. And after the Civil War and the Taliban, he's still working on because he didn't feel his country is safe. And at last, he was killed by 2 assassins. And we will talk about the story later. The stories begin when the reporter is coming to visit the Massoud, and when he go to the Massoud's place, he found many reporters here, including 2 others. And the 2 others actually is the assassins. And when the assassin is introducing, the assassin bombed himself, and 3 of them are dead at us. And couple days ago, the 911 happened. And the reporter believed there's something to do with that. And when the reporter is leaving Afghanistan, he seen the mine bomb, and his guy was killed. But there's a picture was taken by their following photographer. You can see, even the time is hard, they still have their face. And even in front of tank, they still do the return. Whatever the life is, they're still going to move on. And the reporter is a good reminder of all of this. That's my report. Thank you.